GPEM फॉर फैशन एस्पिरेंट्स चैनल के माध्यम से मैं डॉक्टर बिंदु चतुर्वेदी BA BCom BSc पार्ट सेकंड GPEM के पेपर फर्स्ट पैटर्न मेकिंग एंड ड्रेस डिज़ाइनिंग में के यूनिट 4 लेआउट ऑफ डिज़ाइन ऑन फैब्रिक अनडायरेक्शनल प्रिंट्स स्ट्राइप्स चेक्स एंड बोल्ड प्रिंट्स को समझेंगे। पैटर्न लेआउट कैसे किया जाता है, आपको दिख रहा होगा स्लाइड, आप इसे समझिए। फैब्रिक इज यूजुअली फोल्डेड सेल्वेज टू सेल्वेज, किनारी से किनारी को जोड़ते हुए कपड़े को मोड़ा जाता है। विद द फैब्रिक फोल्डेड द पैटर्न इज पिन्ड ऑन टॉप एंड both the right and left side pieces are cut at the same time. If pattern pieces have to be cut from single layer fabric, remember to cut matching pairs. For a fabric with a design, it is a good idea to have this on the outside so that you can arrange the pattern pieces to show off the design. If you have left and right side pattern pieces, they are cut on single fabric with the fabric right side up and pattern side right side up. Now pinning the fabric pattern on the fabric, you can see the diagram. First the two fold symbol indicates the pattern pieces is to be pinned carefully to the folded edge of the fabric. To check the straight of grain arrow so that it looks parallel to the selvage, then pin to the secure at the end of the arrow. Second is measure from the pin end to the selvage. Straight of the grain arrow is this one. Measure from the other end of the arrow to the selvage. Then move the pattern piece slightly until this measurement is the same as the pin and then pin in place. Once it is straight, pin around the rest of the pattern piece, placing pins in the seam allowance. Now general guide to layout. Place the pattern piece on the fabric with the printed side uppermost. Some pieces will need to be placed to a fold. The darker shade pieces are cut out a second time. If a piece has to be cut twice in fold, this will need to be done after the other pieces have been cut and the fabric can be refolded. If using a single layer of fabric, the pieces will need to be cut twice, reversing for the second piece. You can see the diagram here, this one. Now we will come to layout for fabric with a nap or a one-way design. You can see if it has nap means small roy जो होते हैं, so you have to shift them on the one side. If your fabric needs to be cut out with a nap, all the pattern pieces need to be placed so the nap will run in the same direction in the made up garment, top of fabric from which direction the nap runs. Now layout on crossways fold. Occasionally a fabric is folded across the grain. This is usually done to accommodate very large pattern pieces. This is one is selvage and fold. Then layout on a crossways fold with a nap. If a crossways fold is required in a fabric with a nap, fold the fabric with the wrong sides together, then cut into two pieces, turn one around to make sure that the nap is running in the same direction on both sides, both pieces. Place the two pieces of fabric together, wrong side to wrong side. Layout on a partial fold. the fabric is folded part way to enable you to cut the some pattern pieces on a fold and the remainder from single fabric. Now, we will come to the stripes and checks patterns. If the fabric have checks or stripes pattern, you have to be very careful. For fabrics with stripe or check pattern, a little more care is needed. When laying out the pattern pieces, if the checks and stripes are running across or down the length of the fabric, when cutting out, they will run the same direction in the finished garment. So, it is important to place the pattern pieces to ensure that the checks and stripes match and that they run together at the seams. If possible, try to place the pattern places so each has a stripe down the center with a check. Be aware of the hemline placement on the pattern. Even or uneven stripes, even stripes. When a corner of the fabric is folded back diagonally, the stripes will meet up at the fold. Uneven stripes. When a corner of the fabric is folded back diagonally, the stripes will not match at the fold. Even checks. Even or uneven checks. Even checks. When a corner is folded back diagonally, the checks will be symmetrical on both of the fabric areas. Uneven checks. When a corner of the fabric is folded back diagonally, the checks will be uneven lengthways, widthways or both. Matching stripes or checks on a skirt. Place one of the skirt pattern pieces on the fabric and pin in place. Mark on the tissue the position of the boldest line of the checks or stripes. Place the adjoining skirt pattern piece alongside with notches matching and side seams even. Transfer the marks across. Move the second pattern piece away, matching up the bold lines and pin it in place. Now, we will come to checks pattern. Layout for even check on folded fabric. Fabric is folded to form double layer with checks matching on both layers. Center front is aligned with prominent color bar. Checks are matched at seams. Center back is aligned with prominent color bar. Hem fold line is assigned with prominent crossways bar. Center of sleeve is aligned with prominent color bar. Collar and cuff can be cut on a lengthways grain. This one is selvage, and pocket and yoke can be cut on bias grain for the spatial effect. Fabric is folded along a prominent color bar at the center of repeat. Layout for even stripes on folded fabric. If fabric has prominent stripe, aligned stripe along straight seam, collar is cut lengthways along stripe, yoke is cut lengthways with seam line aligned with prominent stripe across back edge. This one is selvage. If fabric has prominent stripe, center of sleeve should be aligned. Cuff is cut lengthways along stripe. Fabric is folded into double layer with stripes matching on both layers. Layout for uneven checks or stripes on unfolded fabric. Hem folding is arranged level with base of prominent bar. Center back is aligned with prominent lengthways bar. Pattern piece is cut out twice from single layer of fabric. Bars align on both collar pieces, and this one is selvage. I hope you understand. Thank you so much.